Hey, you gotta be genuine.
Yay.
Good morning.
Good morning and welcome
You got
to the
nothing to
FND
worry about.
Podcast. Oh, yay. I am crying and laughing at the same time.
It said joy.
It said
Some
joy.
some people some people are sad with their joy.
Uh, Yes, yes, and I'm not going to judge anybody on how they want to be joyful. What a way to start
There we
podcast number
go.
11.
Happy Halloween.
Today is Halloween, and of course, since these podcasts are 5 to 8 weeks late, you'll receive this by Christmas.
Oh wait,
So,
there's a Christmas emoji.
okay, awesome. So we got all the bases covered, and then Thanksgiving is just 4 weeks away. Things are moving quick.
Holiday
Yay.
season, the busy season as we call it.
The busy season for hospitality in general. All the events, all the banquet events. It's exciting. The
Parties,
holiday parties.
buyouts,
People get very wasted and tip very well.
amateur hour.
Yeah,
Yep.
we've all been through it. Long
I'll put my
hours.
request off in now for the days off after.
Believe it or not, I actually have my request off for Thanksgiving. It is the most important holiday to me. And at my age and my level of, I don't know how I want to put this, just being tired. I
At
refuse.
30 years old, I'm too old to be working holidays. I get it.
I refuse to work holidays.
Yep.
I'm not doing it anymore. I've put my dues in. I've been at this business for a number of years recently, and I'm not doing another, at least Thanksgiving. I don't care about New Year's. Christmas is important to me, but we're off Christmas Day anyway.
hmm
And usually Christmas Eve is just a quick morning thing, feeding people breakfast. So,
This is my first time in almost 10 years working at a company that is closed on holidays, and I am very excited to not have to worry about requesting off.
you
The
have to be,
days after are going to be a different story, but the day
of
of,
course.
for sure.
It depends on the type of business. Hotels and country clubs that I'm used to, it's mostly families. Families that are coming in from out of town, families that are coming and visiting grandparents or grandparents visiting their grandkids. It's a really exciting time, and I love this time of business. Everybody's happy, stoked, in a great mood. Of course, all the booze doesn't hurt.
I've seen both sides of it.
Yeah,
I've seen the wild and crazy, and then I've seen the sad and lonely at 2 in the morning,
I again we
amateur hour, as I said,
it's an exciting time to be in hospitality without a
for
doubt.
sure.
So, podcast number 11, trying to come up with a topic. I don't have a guest host. I offered someone at the last minute as I offered this podcast recording to you at the very last minute. So, trying to find someone who wants to talk to you and I at the very last minute without some kind of more than 24-hour buildup is hard to do.
hmm
People
That's why I
need to
got
be
animals that talk back.
right.
They're easier to get at the last minute.
People need
But I don't
to
think we want to interview the husky.
no, no, and he hasn't been very vocal recently.
He's very quiet.
He is.
He's not a big fan of service industry. He wanted to be an electrician.
My dad was an electrician. He had an
Yeah?
awesome set of tools. That's a line from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Before
I
your
met your
time.
dad.
Before your time. So I actually have two topics since we can't find
Okay.
anybody silly enough to talk to us. I have two topics for podcast number 11. And since this is the first podcast of your new contract,
Yep. I
I'm going to
signed it
give you,
again, didn't I?
yeah, at least for another 5 to
That's fine.
15.
Oop.
Toby Cat.
I guess we're interviewing Toby Cat today. So two questions,
Two questions that you can choose two topics
topics.
that we can talk about. The first topic would be bars, right up your alley.
Ooh, I know a
Yeah,
lot about those.
I know you do. What makes a good bar a good bar? Why do people want to come to your bar versus going to anywhere else? Or topic number two, was that stifling a yawn or a burp?
No, that was trying not to burp up my water.
Topic number two, what makes a good restaurant a good restaurant? Either from the customer's perspective or front of house perspective or back of house perspective or from a manager's perspective.
I think I'm leaning towards the first question, mostly because
Of
I think
course
the
you are.
second question can tie into the other one.
Yep,
Um, the things that make a good bar a good bar are very close to the things that make a restaurant a good restaurant, in my opinion.
I agree.
Um, but I'm thinking like the things that come, I have a lot of things that come to mind on that. Clientele is a big one. Who is in the bar specifically, who the target audience of the bar is.
So people who are in the bar may not necessarily be the people you're looking to reach.
Well, I'm coming at this from like as a customer's point of view, looking for a bar that I want to go to. It's
Right,
the other type of clientele that's there. If it's, service industry, bartenders getting off work, that's more of what I'm looking for.
right,
I'm not looking for college kids on Friday night. I'm not looking for, a bunch of a sports bar kind of thing.
right.
So what's going on and what the vibe is for starters.
That is important. What message the establishment is putting out? Is it a sports bar? Is it a college bar? Is it a adult themed, classy,
Hmm.
elegant champagne and
Although if we're
Cosmo
talking
bar?
more like what makes a sports bar, how does that be the best sports bar in the area kind of thing, that would fall back more on, I would say, I mean, staff for sure.
Really?
Absolutely.
Right. You think that's
Um,
primary in making a good bar is the staff.
I have been bouncing around bars and I've been watching my friends bounce around bars, and we all follow our bartender.
Yeah.
I go to the bars where I know the bartender. I go to the restaurants where I know the servers. I'm more likely to try and go to some place if I know someone working.
So then that begs the question, what makes a good bartender a good bartender? Why are you following a particular, is it his personality? Is it his drinks? Is it if he goes to a bad place, would you still go there? You're not a sports girl. So if your great bartender decided to switch gears and go to a sports bar, how devoted?
Not often, but I would still go visit.
Right,
I follow bartenders and have, would like to think knowledge, personality, and then ability to pour drinks.
right. Knowledge per, I agree.
Knowledge kind of being, I said it first, but that's the lowest on the list. But
Right.
like as I sell beer, my beer customers follow me because they know I know good beer. That's not personally why I follow a bartender. I'm always
Of
going to the
course.
same person who knows how to make my margarita.
Right.
And then yeah, personality
And the
is the
same
most
server
important
who
for sure.
knows to bring you extra ranch when you order your wings.
Exactly. Without me
Right.
having to say it.
Right. Right.
They have a
Right. You
word
get
for
to
it.
know your people. And that's great too. There will be a following if you're good. Servers, not so much. You're not going to follow a server from a Greek restaurant to a Thai restaurant
For sure.
if you're not a fan. But bartenders, you're not necessarily walking into a Greek restaurant for the Greek food. You're walking in for the bartender, and you can
Hmm.
do that. Or at a Thai restaurant or at a sports bar, you can focus on the bartender. If the bartender has a really dynamic personality, he can hold you captive and keep you entertained despite what's going on around you.
Sometimes it's a fun way to discover a new bar if your sports bartender goes to work in a cocktail bar.
True, true. And you change your tastes from beer to
Espresso martinis.
yum. Yeah. So I would agree. I think what makes a good establishment, cleanliness is important too. Fresh items are, I mean, they're all secondary,
I've
but
been
you're
in some gross bars.
again, I guess that's an age thing. I can imagine
It
as a
is.
college guy, I had no problem wading through an inch of beer on the floor and everything else to get my drink, dancing to whatever was playing at the time.
Usually
But
bad
now,
karaoke in a corner.
but now I don't want to get my Capizios dirty.
I don't even know what a capizio is.
They were dance shoes back in
Oh,
the back in the 80s.
references again.
Or my bucks, my white bucks. I wouldn't want to get them dirty. So I'll go to an establishment where people are a little classier and know how to keep the liquor in their drinks.
I won't drink at a bar if I get my margarita in a plastic cup.
We all have our standards.
Yep. Yep.
We all have our standards.
That's just
So,
that's just a dirty look to me.
right. And you don't necessarily care about the bar environment as long as the bartender's good and your drink is good and
Hmm.
in a clean, non-plastic cup. Right.
My
So,
my standards are not high, but they do exist.
and they change and they grow. And
For
that's the
sure.
beauty of an establishment. You can find out who your clientele is and really focus on catering to them and finding out their wants and needs and desires and making sure that the menu matches, the drinks match, any
Drink specials
specials.
are important.
Right. And you want to push those drink specials that the staff is putting time and effort into creating and you want to support that. And you want the people coming in to support that too. So to have a bartender that is personable is really important because someone with a strong personality can sway customers one way or another into trying something new. And in my opinion, that's what separates really good bartenders from gooder bartenders. Being able to welcome people in, being able to make them feel comfortable, and then letting them know that you have something really special behind the bar that you'd like them to try. Create a little mystery, create a little fun about it, get a little excitement.
Go above and beyond for them too.
Right,
Just because your bar doesn't have like stick to margaritas just because it's easy right now. I don't have sour mix. I don't work in a cocktail bar, and I had a girl the other day who really wanted a margarita. Or she really wanted some sort of fruity cocktail.
right.
So I took some tequila, squeezed in some lime juice and some orange juice because those were
That's
or I squeezed oranges. It's what I
right,
had, and it
right.
was fine. It worked out.
It's exactly it. Those mixes are awful.
Offer,
And
offer alternatives.
right, right. And know your clients. They're coming to you, so take care of them. You're not going to give them a margarita mix
Mm-mm.
when the kitchen or the bar should have boxes of lemons and limes and oranges. Squeeze, cut them up. You have a cutting board. You have a knife. You have to get your bar prepped. Cut a couple of limes and lemons and oranges in half. Squeeze it into a glass.
Or no beer alternatives, wine alternatives,
Right,
something close.
right,
What's similar?
right, right.
Back to
And
the
it,
knowledge comment.
right, right. And that will keep them coming back. That they know that you're taking care of them. They want that. They want that. And that's when you'll follow a bartender, even a server. When a server is making suggestions, one of the things that separates me from others, I try to sample what's on the menu or try to sample the specials. Or if I don't have that opportunity and somebody orders it, I'll ask them. So if my table orders it, they'll ask me how it is. In many cases, if I'm not happy with something, I'll tell them. And they really appreciate that honesty, that candor. Hey, the fish has been coming out hard. It's not good. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be flaky and it's coming out in chunks or the
My
salt.
favorite, well, at my last job, I had there's no one here, or there's no one that works here that doesn't modify it slightly when they order it.
Right. Right. So,
Little honesty goes a long way.
right. And they really appreciate that candor. They do. And folks, and I'll make recommendations on what I do like. And many cases, if they like me or trust me, they'll try it and they'll come up to me and say, wow, I really do appreciate the recommendation. That's a fantastic choice. And then they'll come back again and say, Jamie, what do you recommend tonight? Hello, Toby Cat.
Yeah, we're being invaded.
We're being invaded.
Toby Cat has recommendations.
Right. And I'll let them know about great wine pairings with tonight's dinner, or try to work with the bartender if it's a special evening, a holiday, like Halloween tonight. I used to grab dry ice right at the supermarket. Very easy.
Yep,
Dry ice. It comes in bags at the supermarket. And I brought it to my club and made a few drinks with dry ice. It's pretty cool.
I
That
love.
doesn't
Yeah,
happen a lot.
I've seen dry ice cocktails. Those are very fun.
Right. They're a lot of fun and it sets you apart. Uh, One of podcast number 6 is with Kristen. And I started bartending with Kristen a while ago. She used to decorate the bar every holiday.
Mhm.
It was Valentine's Day, 4th of July, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. The bar was decorated in whatever theme was going on that night. And in addition, what made her so wonderful is the guests could always count on her creating a special cocktail to go along with that evening. And she'd come in a little early, and she had mentioned that the managers at that club were great, and they were. And they'd make a sign and help her out, and we'd promote these special cocktails, and the members loved it. We went above and beyond, and we were thinking of them, not just us, not just let's get through the shift. And
When I
that's why
had a,
they,
f oh,
no, I was going to say, and that's why they keep coming back. That's why
what-
because,
one of the more fun parts about having a very full liquor bar is getting to learn specialty shots.
yeah,
They're like the brain hemorrhage shots that look like nuclear explosions. I learned how to do the rainbow shots where as you pour the cocktail shaker out, they'll change colors as they go.
wow,
And
exciting.
those are fun little simple tricks to
Right,
learn.
right. Right. And they love to be entertained rather than just having a beer or a cosmopolitan put down in
There's a
front of
whole
them.
bartender Olympics actually, where people will go and compete with their shots and they're shaking the mixers and everything.
I am well aware of that. And those are the people that have elevated their game way above and beyond anything that I've ever thought about getting to.
Yeah,
I'm
FND
just,
podcast we're entering in a few years. Be ready.
I don't know if that's going to happen. We are reaching an audience of 3 people, more than likely with no direction in life, who are looking to, I guess they're on the fence on should they get into hospitality, and they're relying on this podcast to push them in the right direction. That would be wonderful. And with this podcast to help them along would be this book, Servers and Managers Business Development, the quintessential authority for servers and managers in the hospitality industry.
You got it
This
the right way
book,
this time.
it's seamless now. This podcast number 11, it's nothing but a thing.
Bartender Olympics. I'm telling you, we're ready.
We're going to get there. So with this book, it'll give you every single tip and trick you need to be successful as a bartender or a server, and what you need to do to get them to come and to keep them coming back. I actually have a long list of cocktails by season and ways to make your bar exciting. Fresh ingredients and showcasing fresh fruit right on the bar, cutting the fruit for them right then and there so they can see that they're getting the freshest ingredients. All little tips and tricks that you can find in this book. And you can find it on my website, serversandmanagers.com. Or thank you, Dee, for putting up with that. I really appreciate it. So
Absolutely.
you can be the best you can be with just a little bit of effort.
I feel like you almost had a rhyme there. Be the best you can be with SMBD. Jingle. Jingle.
That's why I have you there, Dee. For that, you have come up with so many one-liners. As a matter of fact, I was editing podcast number 7, Larry Lit, and you have it's a fantastic podcast. It's almost an hour long. We go on and on and on. So I can't wait to drop that, which is dropping next week. But of course, the people who are hearing this, it would have dropped 5 weeks ago on Halloween-ish versus now, which is around Thanksgiving-ish.
Oh, well, I went for the Christmas emoji again.
Well, it may be. We've talked about pushing these off every 2 weeks, and there's a lot. There's a
Hmm.
lot. So I'm a one-man operation, and I do have to go to work, and I have a marriage to save. So there's a lot going on. The podcast can't be the only thing in my life, as much as I don't want it to be the only thing in my life. I like variety, but it does take up a lot of time, specifically because of all the ums I have to
Mm.
edit out.
Hmm.
And then if I have a guest that is just as or ummy as me, that's twice as many.
We could
So,
get you one of those like dog clicker things where, every time they bark, you just click the thing and it makes a noise they don't like. So every time you say, we'll just train you out of it.
or shock collar.
Yeah, that'll work too.
I don't want to go to that extreme.
I think that was a South Park episode anyway, stealing their joke. Eric
As
Hartman gets a shock collar for cursing.
well, I have to say, on this podcast, we have done a tremendous job keeping the expletives to a minimum. I think there
I'm
was
really
only,
proud of myself.
I'm proud of you too. I think there's only one podcast where we slipped a few out, and I had fun putting in a dog barking noise to try to cover it. We'll see how successful that is when that launches.
Maybe that's where we can talk to Marlo about voiceover.
We can talk to him. Easy enough to pay him. He's a lot cheaper than you with dog biscuits and cheese. Yep.
It's easy too. It's just the American cheese slices.
So I think we've done a great job talking about what it takes to make your bar the bar in your area. It's not hard. As you said it earlier, a little bit of personality, a little bit of knowledge,
And a good menu.
and a good menu.
A good
Right,
menu.
right. Well, that would go without saying. I mean, if you're a beer drinker, you're not going to walk into a cocktail lounge
No,
necessarily.
no. Yes, but that being said, when I do walk into a cocktail lounge, that's when I would expect the bartender to know, will you
Right,
drink stouts? Here's this espresso martini.
right, because of the same flavor profiles
I actually hate espresso martinis.
and ice cream and chocolate.
But yes, the flavor profiles.
It's the flavor profiles. And a good
Hmm.
bartender, a really good bartender, will know those profiles and will be able to substitute quickly one for the other. And it's not hard. It's just being involved and knowing your product and knowing your menu and knowing your guest and knowing your clientele.
Absolutely.
We used to have a woman come into our bar and hand us a business card with the exact proportions of how she liked her drink.
Oh, oh, convenient, I guess.
She went everywhere with it. And
Hmm.
said, hello, my name is, and handed you a business card with the exact proportions of how she liked her drink. And she would say, that's what I want. She used to take a lot of cruises and hand out those cards on cruise ships so she wouldn't have to go into detail.
I would love to know what this drink order is.
If I can remember, it's been a long time. It's,
Just with alcohol restrictions in some places too. I would love to know, but I understand. Yeah,
well,
that is
one of the
not the first time I've
requirements
heard of something like that, actually.
was a very specific type of dark rum.
Oh, of course.
They only wanted Goslings, and it was underlined several times on the card. And if they didn't have it, stop everything and run down the list of what is as close to Goslings as we have. Maybe Myers.
There are so many places that don't even carry dark rum like that too.
Right. And then a specific amount of orange juice, a specific amount of pineapple juice, and a specific amount of club soda in a very specific type of glass.
I'm surprised it didn't change by brand. Because, if the bar has Tropicana instead of fresh squeezed orange juice, would we lower the amount of simple syrup in this drink?
On its face, it wasn't a complicated drink. Orange juice, pineapple juice, dark rum, soda in a
Not too
specific
bad.
glass. Very specific proportions.
How to drop over. Oh, hey, we love a customer that knows what they want.
Right,
We do love that. I do appreciate that.
right.
That's what
And
makes a customer a good customer.
and actually what makes a good bartender is after a while when they're in, if I see them coming through the door, that drink would be ready
hmm
and on the bar. Exactly how they like it.
That keeps me going back to certain bars.
Exactly. It would be there, and I knew what this was a female. I knew what her husband drank,
Yep.
and that was right next to him. And they came in. Hello, everybody. Hi, Jamie. Welcome in. Here are your drinks. She went to her table and had dinner. And
Perfect.
the start of a lovely evening because I took care of them right from the beginning. I
And
knew
that's why they kept going back.
right. Also, they had monthly minimums to meet, but
Wow.
that's another subject. You can make the experience better, even if you don't have a lot. Even if you're working with just a few taps or just a few cans or frozen pizza and Red Bull.
Tarts.
What'd you say?
Oop. Sorry, you lagged out. I said I've been to that bar too, frozen pizza and Pop-Tarts.
Right. And you'll go back if the bartender is knowledgeable and knows how to put together a great cocktail with whatever they have.
Absolutely.
That's what it is. That's what it's all about. So it's not hard to be successful in this business, and it's not hard to run a successful operation if you bring the right people on board. So since we talked about topic number 1, next week we can talk about what makes a good restaurant a good restaurant. Why
That
are
sounds
people
like a
coming
good plan.
back? Right. And we can talk about it from the customer's point of view. Why would they come in when there are 4 different hamburger joints right around the corner?
Yep.
Or we can take it from a manager's point of view. The ability to take care of the guests and run the show the best way for their business. Or from a server's point of view. There's a lot to talk about.
We'll give it a thinkaroo.
We'll, we'll give it a thinkaroo.
A thinkaroo.
So with that, once again, I'd like to thank our only sponsor, Servers and Managers Business Development, the quintessential authority for servers and managers looking to be successful in this business. For bartenders too. There are a lot of tips and tricks in here that can elevate your business. So please take a look at the book. It's on my website, www.serversandmanagers.com. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. D, any parting words?
Just a happy Halloween. Get that
Ooh,
discount candy tomorrow.
discount candy tomorrow. That would be nice. Let me
Mm-hmm.
see if I have, I don't have much. Yay. We got through another one. So, D, I'd like to thank you again. I love you. Audience of 2, maybe 3, thank
Go
you
for
so
4.
much. Please, somebody else.
Share with your friends.
I don't care if you fall onto the page. Just give me a like or a love. No, it's not about that. It's about trying to elevate the hospitality industry.
Our
And
3
people,
listeners are going to be the best servers in the future.
they will.
The best.
They will, because they have been following closely
Genuine. That's
us
the name of this game.
and will know exactly how not to do it.
If you're real, you got nothing to worry about.
Well, anyway.
But if you're synthetic,
Thank you, everybody. I love you. God bless you, D. Thank you.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo to you too.
I got the money, like the lawyer said to do. But it can't face a heartache high cost you.